The rise of the digital revolution. In the 20th century, an unprecedented technological breakthrough occurred. Silicon Valley, once a relatively unknown area in California, became the place to be for technological innovation. Companies were founded here that would forever change the way we communicate, work, and live. In this breeding ground of brilliance and ambition, an idea emerged that would forever change the world of finance: PayPal. But as often happens with innovations of this magnitude, the founders' ideas came at a cost. Behind PayPal's success lay a dark secret guided by a small group of influential billionaires. These individuals, who operated in the shadows, built a network that continues to wield power over global financial markets to this day. And this is their story. In 1998, the world was just beginning to explore the possibilities of the internet. Email, then a relatively new technology, was transforming the way people communicated. However, the idea of sending money digitally, without the intervention of banks, was almost unthinkable. Yet it was precisely this brilliant idea that began to form in the minds of three young entrepreneurs: Max Levchin, Peter Thiel, and Luke Nosek. Max Levchin, a brilliant but eccentric engineer of Ukrainian descent, was obsessed with cryptography and security. He dreamed of a system that would allow money to be transferred safely and quickly over the internet. Levchin knew he needed the right partners for this and found Peter Thiel, a smart and pragmatic investor with deeply rooted libertarian beliefs, and Luke Nosek, a visionary who believed in the power of technology to change the world. Together, they founded Confinity, a company focused on developing software for handheld devices, with the eventual goal of creating a digital payment system. They knew they were onto something big, but also that they needed patience and smart strategies to succeed. The great merger that changed everything. During this period, Elon Musk, a South African entrepreneur with a background in physics and economics, was working on his own financial service called X.com. Musk, known for his bold vision and fearless ambition, wanted to create an all-encompassing platform for online financial services. His idea was to grow X.com into a digital banking service that would replace traditional banks. It wasn't long before the paths of Confinity and X.com crossed. Musk saw the potential in Confinity's technology, and the founders of Confinity saw Musk as a partner who could help realize their vision. In March 2000, the two companies merged, creating PayPal. The merger not only brought technical advancements but also a clash of egos and ideas. Musk and Thiel, two of the most prominent figures within the new company, often had opposing views on PayPal's future. Musk dreamed of expansion and integration, while Thiel focused more on security and independence. The struggle for control of the company was intense, eventually leading to Musk's departure as he focused on other projects. However, although Musk physically distanced himself from PayPal, his influence on the company remained strong behind the scenes. After the merger, PayPal quickly gained popularity. The service offered a simple way to transfer money without the need for traditional bank transfers or expensive staff. This quickly attracted the attention of eBay, the world's largest online auction house. PayPal provided a solution to the growing problem of online payments between unknown parties. In 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion, further accelerating the platform's rise. With millions of new users transferring money daily through the platform, PayPal quickly became a dominant player in the world of online payments. However, this success brought new challenges. The founders, now very wealthy men, began to realize that their creation was much more than just a handy tool for eBay users. It was a tool of power. During this period, Peter Thiel began to realize PayPal's true potential. For Thiel, PayPal was not just a way to get rich but a means to implement his ideological vision of the world. He believed in a society where control over money and information lay not with governments but with individuals and companies. PayPal was his ace to make this vision a reality. Thiel began gathering like-minded individuals around him, a select group of tech entrepreneurs and investors who shared his ideology. This group, often called the PayPal Mafia, included some of the most influential names in the tech industry, including Elon Musk, Reid Hoffman, and Levchin himself. What began as an informal group of friends and business partners quickly developed into a powerful network that influenced the tech industry and beyond. Their power was used not only to develop new technologies and create companies but also to exert political influence. They invested millions in lobbying and political campaigns, always with the aim of promoting their vision of a deregulated, technology-driven society. Behind the scenes, they began to determine PayPal's course, not just as a company but as an instrument of geopolitical influence. The secret empire of the billionaires. Over time, the informal group around Thiel and Musk evolved into a more structured network. This elite club regularly met, not in public meeting rooms but in remote private properties, luxurious yachts, or discreet penthouses in the world's major financial centers. These meetings, shrouded in secrecy, aimed to discuss PayPal's strategic course and coordinate it with their broader business and political interests. This network, now managing billions of dollars in capital, used its financial power to control a wide range of technology companies, often through stealthy takeovers and investments. These companies, ranging from social media platforms to big data companies, gave them access to the personal data and financial transactions of billions of people worldwide. This gave them not only unprecedented economic power but also the ability to influence public opinion and political processes. One of the main tactics of this network was manipulating payment flows through PayPal. Accounts of individuals or organizations deemed hostile could be blocked or frozen without warning. Money flows to certain countries or regions could be restricted or redirected. This gave them the ability to financially isolate individuals, companies, and even nations, thus limiting or enforcing their influence. The dark practices of PayPal. As PayPal grew, stories began to surface about the company's dark side. Users reported sudden account blocks, without clear reasons or the possibility of reclaiming their money. Often, these were not sudden incidents but systematic actions that seemed aimed at punishing certain behaviors or viewpoints. Some of these cases involved political activists, journalists, or non-profit organizations engaged in controversial issues. When their PayPal accounts were frozen, they not only lost access to their funds but were also effectively disabled in their ability to continue their work. While PayPal's official stance was often that this occurred due to violations of their terms of use, some pointed out that these actions often seemed to coincide with political events or pressure from influential individuals. Another dark aspect of PayPal was the way the company dealt with competitors and new innovations. When a new emerging payment platform began to gain too much market share, PayPal could carry out strategic takeovers, often with the support of the billionaires operating behind the scenes. Competitors that couldn't be acquired faced legal problems, sudden payment blocks, or other obstacles that hindered their growth. PayPal's geopolitical power. PayPal's power soon extended beyond just the tech industry. Thanks to its global reach and the vast number of users, PayPal also began to play a role in international politics and economics. Governments and banks in various countries began to realize that they were dependent on this platform for a significant portion of their financial transactions. This gave the group of billionaires behind PayPal unprecedented influence. They could not only dictate how money was moved but also who had access to global markets. In some cases, PayPal was used as a tool of economic warfare, with certain countries being cut off from the global financial system by limiting or blocking their access to the platform. This power was not always exercised openly. Often, it happened quietly, with governments being pressured to cooperate with the billionaire network's agenda. In exchange for access to PayPal and other financial services, countries had to make certain political or economic concessions. This powerful group thus manipulated the game behind the scenes, out of the public eye. The web of influence and control. Over the years, the billionaire network expanded its influence into other sectors, including media, technology, and politics. They did this not only through PayPal but also through investments in startups, acquiring influential companies, and supporting political campaigns. A key element of their strategy was the use of big data and artificial intelligence to develop predictive models that could anticipate economic and political trends. By having access to vast amounts of data, they could predict movements in financial markets, influence political preferences, and even steer social movements in their favor. They also used their media influence to shape public perception. Through control of social media platforms and news organizations, they could promote or suppress certain narratives, depending on their interests. This gave them the ability not only to control the financial world but also to shape how people think and act. As the world became increasingly dependent on digital payments, the power of the group of billionaires controlling PayPal grew larger. They became the invisible hand steering the global economy, often without anyone being aware of their influence. Their decisions could shake markets, bring down governments, and change lives. Most people using PayPal were unaware of this dark side of the platform. For them, PayPal was just a convenient tool for making online payments. But for those operating in the shadows, it was a powerful weapon, an instrument of control that allowed them to impose their vision on the world. Today, PayPal is one of the largest and most influential companies in the world, with hundreds of millions of users in nearly every country. But the shadowy network behind PayPal has not stood still. Their power continues to grow as they leverage new technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and quantum computing to further strengthen their control over the global economy. For the average user, this story is hidden in the shadows. But for those who delve into the history of PayPal and the people behind it, the contours of a dark and powerful network slowly become visible. It is a story of power, ambition, and control, a story that is far from over. The future of PayPal and its shadowy network of billionaires remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that their influence on the global economy and the world of finance will continue to grow. And as long as PayPal remains the preferred tool for digital transactions, this shadowy network will continue to operate in the background, invisible to most but controlling more than we can imagine. In a world where money and power are increasingly intertwined with technology, PayPal is just one of many tools used by a small elite to exert their influence. The billions that move through PayPal are not just transactions, they are the manifestation of a larger struggle for control over the future of humanity. While the average user remains unaware of these dynamics, those who play the game know that every transaction, every blocked account, and every new innovation is part of a broader strategy. A strategy not only aimed at generating wealth but at shaping the world according to their own vision. This is the story of PayPal and the dark forces that lead it. And as the world continues to digitize, the shadows surrounding this powerhouse will only deepen. What do you think of this? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe now and stay informed of all the news and dark secrets around the world.